Hello, I am Albie and I'm with Thanatos once again. We're back into this game between QQ and Lincoln's over Vanguard. It's transitioned into an all-pick game where the same heroes are being chosen. And so we should have this underway any second now.
Yes. There's been a couple of technical issues, a little bit of Dodo network going offline, a couple of admins crashing, but we're here. Get used to it.
And I believe we're actually going to get into some Dodo in approximately exactly 1 second.
Are we?
There it is. Okay, people have not disconnected. Well, it's a pause. Okay, a further delay. So, I imagine we may as well take this opportunity to go through the teams.
Absolutely. Let's look at Love over Vanguard every time. Sorry, Lincoln's over Vanguard. Team Love. It's Ush on the Mirana, Chim on the Crystal Maiden, Relic on the Storm Spirit, Fan of Soyeon. I might go with just Fan. Oh, maybe let's look at the person called Fun, playing for Windrunner.
Soyeon, okay.
Soyeon?
We'll deal with it.
Okay. we will persevere.
Yeah. Absolutely. And on the dire side, we have Omega Puna on the Clockwork, Whatever on the Visage, ... Ellipsis on the Invoker, Frozen on the Spectre, and ZBU on the Rubik. Cool. Okay, someone doing a good deal of scribbling all over this map.
I think that's for Rubik, which is unfortunate, but you know.
Rubik, chill, bro.
Just relax. Take a chill pill. Oh, I thought when he disconnected I couldn't see his name and Dodo automatically put in the ellipsis, but no, that's just the name.
No. That's a real
name. The
name.
Invoker has chosen.
Complete lack of imagination has led to an awful creation on the part of Invoker.
Well, you said in the first attempted cast you try to hide your bias for Love because they have the cool logo, and you have failed instantly.
Oh, well no, I think that's a fair and unbiased critique. Invoker can benefit from that. Anyway,
it's not even gotten to the horn. Creeps haven't spawned. No one spotted each other, and you've already failed at your.
I've already offended every QQ fan, or every Invoker fan at the very least, or every fan of the Ellipsis name tag. Just so many groups already alienated. I'm sorry. 30 seconds to showtime. Sorry if you fit into one of those rather unique positions. Chim has a nice cloak there.
Let's look at how the lanes will be going. Yeah. It could be. It looks like QQ have it easy. They've got defensive tri-lane. They'll be farming up the Spectre, Visage and Rubik, keeping him safe. The Bounty Hunter will be the offlane taking that on. They've sent their Invoker mid and Clockwork bottom in the offlane solo. Storm Spirit will be mid. Bounty Hunter off. Crystal Maiden scouting out the rune will be looking to be, I believe, supporting the Mirana. And I thought Windrunner could have been looking for some ancient shenanigans with a hatchet, but has decided to forego the Quelling Blade and play some proper Dota instead.
Yeah, out there against that Clockwork. Clockwork using the cogs. He's getting the shenanigans on. He's managed to trap 2 creeps in the trees, actually.
Yeah, this is classic Clockwork. And the Windrunner scouts it out, figures out how to fix it, and then misses with the power shot. That has got to be desperately disappointing.
Such spotting, such poor execution.
They spot Fan of Soyeon. He thinks he's invisible, but whatever, giving it away.
Yep.
Auto attacked him when they weren't really ready to go, so he's got to know that there's a sentry there. And
unfortunately.
It looks like they're sending the Crystal Maiden to the jungle to get her farm on, and Windrunner trying to support Ush against the Clockwork Omega Puna. Bounty Hunter could be in trouble, standing right on top of the sentry ward.
Whatever,
just boots, but
giving him that harass.
Whatever's going to win this?
And taking it, just giving it to each other. Invoker's become a little low, getting auto attacked down by Relic here. But Relic taking a few tower shots. That's alright. They both have their regen. Omega Puna just doing some harass with these cogs. Fun is already completely out of mana. Not best. And Bounty Hunter trolling around Invis, trying to see if he can sap some experience from this jungle Rubik, who has unfortunately missed that pull through.
Yeah, I'm not sure that this is the most efficient way to do it. You see a defensive tri-lane and you know they're going to be pulling. Let the bounty hunter be annoying and really shut down both of the supports as much as possible, and then you can have a Windrunner, for example, playing a more traditional off-lane role while the bounty hunter is mucking around with his pull count, blocking the spawn with his body. So I feel like they could be making more efficient use of this, and now Chin is making a move towards mid lane, just getting a little bit of harass done, but you could you could leave a Mirana solo against the Clockwork, unlikely to ever die.
Yeah, I think so.
And Crystal Maiden can farm the jungle. I feel like that'd just be one more hero getting more out of the lane, but you know, Fun does have a purpose down here. Let's not forget that. He is doing some work. I feel like they could just be a tiny bit more efficient with the way they're laning this.
I would agree, yeah. And Relic mid just taking a bit of harass damage there, but now salving up, and he will find this haste rune to refill his bottle, so that's just fine. Fan of Soyan, great kill goes down. And another sentry as well, Soul Assumption, so close, 1 or 2 more auto attacks, the creep's chasing him in, and he will go down. First blood going to Visage via the creeps, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, the creeps were a big deal. There's a Cold Snap going down on the Storm Spirit here. He's got the haste rune as well, but he might be looking to dive this.
He's going to really struggle on the tower. Yeah. He is bottling up,
would have been risky.
Invoker is completely out of regen, and the bottle, while on the courier, has been stolen by Ellipsis. What is that courier doing? Does go...
Oh, jeez.
Well, courier is a mess. It's actually a Megapuna's bottle, so no regen on that Invoker.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Invoker should be careful here. If he gets caught out as soon as Relic hits 6, I don't see a way for Ellipsis to escape out of this.
Yeah.
Bounty Hunter could be in trouble. Looks like a backstab. Rubik, ooh, they didn't have any detection placed at that moment, and looks like the lane is entirely out of detection. And the courier, once it's stopped having a bit of a melt, needs to get on that as soon as humanly possible.
Invoker has picked up boots, but still has no regen, so does find
we'll be able to scout out this. Yeah. And he's going max class, which is so defensive, but you know, I think it still works. Cold Snap's so important in the early levels.
For sure.
Really, a lot of damage. A lot of
Bounty
control.
is in this sentry now, but
top towers
we'll be able to get out just fine. And that sentry about to expire, so hopefully they will pick up some more detection. Courier working overtime, however.
They're making a go on Fan. He's taking a lot of damage.
They actually managed to hit him. Oh, geez. Bounty Hunter knew exactly what was going on, but he still managed to get taken out. That is some ridiculous damage coming down from that Fade Bolt and Soul Assumption.
That's disappointing.
It really is.
I don't feel like Bounty Hunter should have been caught out twice. I mean, by the same ward. He's only got one last hit. He's not being terribly greedy. He's gotten level 3. He is getting his levels, which is important, but it looks like they might be making another go.
Yeah.
They don't have any detection.
Yeah, no detection. Unfortunate.
That feels like a waste of mana, but whatever.
Yeah. Relic, that Cold Snap going down on him. He's low as well. Does have the bottle though, so he'll be just fine and in a position with full mana to go on this Invoker, I would have thought, particularly this close to tower.
Spectre's got his 5 minute 30 Hand of Mines, by the way.
Very solid.
Yeah, it's not bad timing. There's a go in the mid lane. Sunstrike landing. It's tanked up by the creeps, and that's really unfortunate. Oh, he has only got 2 levels in Exhaust, so not going to do a whole lot of damage, but a really nice rotation, and Storm Spirit zipping in as he hits 6, and you've just got to be so careful as an Invoker. Wouldn't mind seeing 1 level in Wex, just so you do have the
Ghost Walk. Yeah.
So you do have Ghost Walk available, but a sentry was dropped. They were prepared for that, and now Mirana picking up Midas just behind the timing of the Spectre.
Whatever, actually going to deny that Invis rune and going on Relic here. A couple of charges, but Sunstrike coming in is going to miss. Whatever will be back out.
Yeah.
3 bottom for the Radiant here. And Omega Puna definitely has to be careful if the arrow can go down. Oh well, it's going to be the end of him regardless. And he is taken out. Good rotation out of the jungle there.
That was the shackle shot not latching, and I think that just shows a little bit too much greed from Omega Puna. He had no bottle, and he had really no hope. I mean, there was nothing fancy, there wasn't any need for smoke or anything like that. He just was walked up to and killed, and I think, as I say that, Fan of Soyon is going to pull the same trick. They've got wards coming in from the Visage, and
Frozen maybe
if he doesn't play this properly, he's going to be in trouble. He's going to get lifted off.
There's the sentry.
And he's going to be dropped.
And yeah, Skull Assumption more than enough to take care of that.
Yeah,
and yeah, Soyon not having a good time in that top lane, really being executed quite efficiently. Crystal Maiden is out of here. Really being sorted out quite efficiently, even given like some periods without any detection. Every time they do have it, they've killed him. So I believe it's 3 deaths on him at this point. Yeah, died 3 times there. So that's really hampering his ability to get items. He only has boots and, well, just a magic stick as well.
Yeah, I think it's just too much greed. He's doing a nice job staying in experience range, picking up a whole lot of levels, but he's giving away a whole lot of experience as well with these 3 deaths.
Yeah.
And he's coming back for a little bit more. Crystal Maiden getting the final hit in on Invoker. Looks like another 3-man gank. And Invoker not having a great time with things either. Still hasn't put any points into Wex. Looks like trying to rush a double forge threat. But at this stage, when you're this far behind in the lane, I mean, you just hit level 7 and the Storm Spirit is, you know, moving solidly into the middle of level 8.
Yeah.
You don't have rune control.
I don't know that aggressive pushing is really what you should be aiming for when this Windrunner and Crystal Maiden have shown themselves more than willing to rotate and lay down the damage. Something a bit...
Yeah.
Just getting it up at that 1 point in Wex for the Ghost Walk, although there is a sentry here. So they have shown themselves
they have sentries
to be on top of that.
No, that's that sentry comes from the Dire.
Oh, it is from Dire, indeed.
Yep. And plenty of pings coming out on Spectre. I think that's where the action might be taking place. Visage and Rubik not there, and Chim wasn't near enough. With Shackle Shot not going to latch. Now a TP reaction. That was
well, cancelled.
I wouldn't say easy, but
yeah,
that should have been a successful gank.
Yeah, it certainly should have been. If the Shackle Shot had landed, I believe that it would have been. Still getting very low, and he'll have to be back to base. 2 mid now with the smoke, or 3 mid in fact, with the smoke on Rubik and Visage. Just waiting for the Storm Spirit to come a little closer. Maybe with the telekinesis. No, he's going to be out. Yeah, he was just
rotating round. There could be a counter gank here.
Yep, certainly could be.
Whatever, don't run up that hill. Ooh, Fun and Chim not sticking around, fearing some reprisal for their ganking ways.
Yeah, I do like this rotation by Windrunner and Crystal Maiden. It's been quite effective, and now Invoker's there, and they lay down the sentry ward. Won't need it, because he still doesn't have Ghost Walk up.
Yeah. Unlucky to not get the D ward, and now Fan of Soyon needs to be careful top. He's going to get Gorn on Spectre Horns again, top of the dust. He is done. He is 100% done.
Sunstrike as well, just for good measure. And
what was he thinking of?
He was way too deep. And he knew that Rubik and Visage were coming around, or at least that they'd left middle lane. It looks like Relic going to get the taste.
There's every chance that you're going to die there. I feel that was not solid play from a bounty hunter. You've gotten level 6 and not great timing anyway, and you've also fed up the Spectre a little bit. This is
Mirana does have her Midas as well, but I really don't know that the Radiant...
They're making it go on mid. Ellipsis in deep trouble. He's trying to get some Sunstrike damage, reprisal kill possible, but not able to get through there. Shibao making a rotation. Omega Puna gonna hit him with the cog. Chim trying to juke away. Died of a tower. What's he thinking of? There he goes. Killing spree for Crystal Maiden will be taken. Haste Rune still available for Relic. Oh, lag spike for me. And it looks like Ball Lightning was stolen by the Rubik.
Oh, yeah. Now, Soyon coming in. Cogs, defensive Cogs are popped, but he's still in trouble. Latched up by Relic. Got the track on him as well. But Soyon's going to get out of there. Yeah, good TP reaction by, I believe, whatever. And Rubik coming back in as well.
I think Clockwork might have been lucky to miss that hook shot. He does have 7 charges, but That was ambitious.
Yeah. Being in the tower, he would not have lost long. But yeah, while Mirana has her Midas, I just don't know that the Radiant has an answer to a farmed Spectre, and the Spectre is certainly getting a good amount of free farm top. The Mirana actually outlasts hitting the Spectre at the moment, but this maybe is a successful game.
Sunstrike just gonna miss, and they will get the tower deny, so an essentially wasted Moonlight Shadow, I would suggest. And that's really a problem.
I don't know. She may have fallen without it, but either way, a good tower deny, and that's quite a loss.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I don't think that they have an answer for a big Spectre. But that's only really if the Invoker can get something off the map, and so far, not doing well in last hits, not doing well in, as far as score is concerned, not able to get up Midas. I mean, by this time you would hope to have these items and a Midas, perhaps, and not available, and hasn't got any point up in Wex. Really level dependent. Snowball Hero, but is just a tiny little... It's just a snowflake at the moment.
Right, going down, and here comes the arrow. Ooh, just gonna miss. And a lot of Dire Heroes rotating top, so that could have been go time for Soyeon.
Yeah, not sure I love this from Arf. She's gone the hand of Midas. You've made your bed. You want to be farmed now, fight later type of hero.
And Relic going in on top, getting hook-shotted by Megapuna, but the Cogs are going to miss the Storm Spirit. And Visage will go down for no cost. Oh, Rubik, Ball Lightning right in there, using up all the mana, 100%, and is now not in the best position. Likely be able to get out, but Rubik just spending all his mana and health on nothing whatsoever. The Storm Spirit now going in on him, Ball Lightning deep.
Oh, lovely dodge!
That's a good dodge, using that last tiny bit of mana, but they'll get the Spectre. Oof. Getting a little low there with that rocket flare. Sunstrike is wide.
Wide right.
And a good pickup on the Spectre.
Damage. A little bit of Cold Snap harass being put out. Doesn't have Sunstrike available, and still hasn't managed to get the double Forge Spirit. It's just so hard for this Invoker. Now the track, Shuriken, Arrow's gonna miss. Fan of Soyeon chasing, nice ice wall drop, that'll keep her safe. Ellipsis.
An unfortunate miss on that arrow again, and yeah, that would have been a kill secured, I believe.
Yeah,
it is. Invoker will avoid a 4th death. I believe 4th death. Yeah.
Look at this Crystal Maiden, 4th on the net worth charts. Nice, 1,000 stripes, and don't look at the
drop off
inventory.
between
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see what's in that inventory, please. Oh.
What is that?
You're against a Spectre!
Of course.
Why? I don't like it. Meanwhile, there's a Golden Spectre. Relic links in. Chim tries to make something happen. Gets the kill. Secures the hand of Midas Gold. Shadow Shot not going to latch, and she is diving tower. She's a Paper Maiden machine. Rotation coming in from the Clockwork and whatever. Double Familiar drops. Hand of Midas now picked up by the Crystal Maiden. Sentry on sentry. Violence must end. They're going to be able to pick up a couple of these Familiars, perhaps. Just for one.
Suddenly one. Oh, Storm Spirit actually using Ball Lightning, getting it up. The Hookshot gonna miss, and Omega Puna completely out of mana. Does fire off the Rock Barrage before that happens, but now the Storm Spirit going in, and will take care of him with the help of Team Soul Assumption, taking out Storm Spirit, however, and Bounty Hunter will have to get out of there with the dust on him. Rubik coming around, Telekinesis, and that should be the end of Bounty Hunter. And he is taken out. Sunstrike just missing the 2 supports there.
Yeah, I think that was shared damage. I don't think it would have killed them anyway, but a nice attempt. And Visage needs to be much more careful with those bows. The 120-second cooldown when Visage let those familiars die. Needs to be a little bit more judicious, because that's a massive amount of damage and lockdown they really need against the likes of the Storm Spirit.
Sure, and even more economic damage there being done by Clockwork buying back and then not getting any kills. So that's a bit painful, but they will get this tower, their first tower. And TP in, I would cancel that. Bounty Hunter getting himself in a lot of trouble, and I don't know what that was.
I think I know what it was, but it would be kinder if I didn't say it.
It was foolish at best. But meanwhile, Spectre being given some room to farm. They don't actually manage to get that tower down. It's just out of deny range, however.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Forge Spirits need to be careful not to attack that tower. The double Forge Spirit is going to just speed up the Storm Spirit a little bit more. Another 80 gold in the coffers. And
yep.
I mean,
going
you
for that
took
orchid.
away a bubble charge.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Yeah, looks like he is going for that orchid, which I think is a absolutely perfect item, perfectly reasonable.
Absolutely.
Can't see why not. You get a bounty hunter in there, get your track gold, shut down a Spectre, who has gone a greedy build. It looks like the Spectre is trying to rush a Radiance, which was very popular for a little while, but they eventually figured out that if you keep on this Spectre, if you really shut down the Spectre before the Relic can come out, then Spectre is essentially useless. Spectre needs a lot of items to really come out. Arrow flying in.
Just expiring. But yeah, I don't know about Radiance against this Radiant team. They have a lot of burst damage. Radiance is really best when you can survive for a long time. And
there's a Bow going around top tower. Who will get the deny? Oh dear. Windrunner unable to.
Lips has taken that one out.
Oh, just needs to be
shot.
Way more careful.
Beating some more of these Forge Spirits. There they go. And meanwhile,
yeah, I agree with
yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, you just cut out for a second.
Go ahead.
Best do something.
Oh yeah, cool. I agree with you, but Radiance is best for some sustained team fight, but there is a decent amount of farming he can do. Hook shot in, they've caught out Windrunner. Moonlight Shadow not going to work. That's a stolen track, and that's track gold going the way of 4, possibly 5 heroes. Don't know if the Spectre caught that. Now they're making it go onto the Storm Spirit. Dagger's going to track him down. They do have horns available to them. Moonlight Shadow going to keep most of them safe. And meanwhile, the Bounty Hunter, who is absolutely primed and ready to go as a ganker,
Rubik with Ball Lightning gets in there with Telekinesis. Relic able to get out with Ball Lightning, and now linking up the Rubik. That'll be the end of him. Spectre getting quite deep on Chim here. Will likely be able to take him out, and does. However, dies in return.
Gives away a track kill, and that's certainly not worth it.
No, absolutely not. And that'll be the tower to the Bounty
Hunter.
The Radiant disown their mid tower.
Denied, that is, of course.
Yep. And the Spectre essentially lost Relic Gold, and
yeah.
Yeah, just to finish that thought, I think that's because it's so easy to sit on a Spectre if they don't have up some basic items. I mean, so far, Spectre has phase boots and a Midas, and that's essentially it. You tend to see more of a phase drum, phase yash, something to give them a little bit more survivability, a little bit higher impact in the early game because of how easy it is to shut down a Spectre if you figure out what they're rushing and really make their life tough.
And so far in fights, he really has been burst down extremely quickly, which is what you'd expect with that little base health.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to happen. Looks like Bounty Hunter trying to make another play. Still has brown boots and yeah, just trolling around. Another pause, whatever. Has some lag.
Having the lag.
So, what do you see the timing window as being? As far as Team Love are concerned, I mean, they know that they're against a Spectre.
Yeah.
And, I mean, if they have equal farm, they lose. But Spectre is going to outcarry a Mirana. If they have better farm, then they can win, obviously. So what sort of timing window do you think they're looking for? When are they going to make their move, try and push, take team fights, take a rush? What's the timing window?
I think the timing window for the Radiant is essentially right now up until Spectre gets a decent health item in addition to his Radiance, because that is when he can really start to be a pain in team fights and really start dishing out the damage. And at the moment, the Radiant are showing that, getting some good towers down, pushing relatively well. I think that Rush is potentially on the cards, but they do have to be careful with these maneuverable heroes. Clockwork, of course, Visage able to do some insane damage, and Spectre being able to illusion in, but Spectre at the moment is so weak that I think this is the window that the Radiant should really be being aggressive in. Particularly with the Invoker being shut down relatively well.
I completely agree, and Invoker is another tricky hero around the Rosh pit, especially with Crossflex, but also with Quasiclord. You can get down a big Chaos Meteor, big damage from Deafening Blast, and you won't have quite the control, but you'll still have a heck of a lot of damage coming out. That's unfortunate for Radiant. Looks like they'll be double dewarded here.
Yeah.
And yeah, but they will lose the both rewards they're putting up in that middle lane, which is really disappointing for them. But I don't think they can afford to stand around. They have an Orchid, and they have a Manta. So to me, that means gank and push both two items respectively. That's what you want.
For sure.
And now is the time. Before he gets a radiance quickly, and looks like someone's making a go. There's an arrow landing on Frozen. TP reaction coming through. It won't be in time. They're trying to get out of dodge now, but TP will be cancelled. And in the end, that's a 1-for-0 trade on the most important hero. With the Midas off cooldown, that's a really big kill. And
absolutely.
now as if in from Relic, they're trying to take out Jiba Yu. They silence him up. They put down so much damage. Deafening Blast, Chaos Meteor. Bounty Hunter will fall, but I think that's essentially an even trade. They get the track gold on 2 heroes, and they lose a Bounty Hunter, who's more important than a Rubik. I think that's a pretty even trade, and they're also going to be able to get Tower out of this. Arrow's going to land on Amiga Puna.
And they will know exactly what's up and get well back. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly why the Spectre TP'd to that tower. Maybe didn't realize that the Mirana and Windrunner were there, but Shackle Shot Arrow combo, making quick work of that. And yeah, as you say, a relatively even trade in the middle.
I think with the track gold, it might be just in favor of Radiant. I think Love might have gotten a tiny bit more out of that, but you know, it's much of a much.
The Spectre kill is the thing there, and that's pretty huge.
Oh yeah.
He managed to get that Radiance. He does have the Sacred Relic now, but still looking for the Radiance, so at least he managed to secure that.
He's died twice since picking up the Relic, and this is perfect for Love. They need to keep on him. They need to stop him from getting Radiance as long as possible, and then, just like you say, don't stop once he's got the Radiance. Keep being aggressive. Keep shutting down their jungle. Get your aggressive wards, and really try and make the Spectre's life a living hell until he gets up a Vanguard. Force him into that. Force him into something he doesn't want to buy. Do something to really increase this lead. You've got a Windrunner mech now. You're about to take another tower. You need to keep up the aggression, and I think they've done a good job of it so far.
Yeah, this really is the time for the Radiant, and they need to push their advantage. All these good items coming up, as you say, the Orchid on the Storm Spirit, the mech coming up on the Windrunner, and yeah, the Windrunner and Mirana proving a good combo down here, and may find this Invoker, who's going to have to play safe.
Standing out before Truth on a little bit of a scout.
Yeah, I think the Radiant...
So while we've got a slight lull in the action, what do you think Mirana might be looking for? Just about to hit 3,000 gold. Hasn't tipped their hand as Radiant has finished up on Spectre. 23 minutes, it's not a brilliant timing, but it's not the worst ever, so...
Yeah. I think BKB for sure on Mirana. I don't think there's... I think that would be the best item for sure. And they do have quite a lot of stun. And
Demon Edge instead.
Oh really? Well, there you go.
Deciding to look perhaps for an MKB or maybe a Daedalus to push the advantage, and I completely agree with you. This is BKB all over the place. You know the Spectre is going to be putting out magic damage. You know the Invoker, you know the Clockwork, you know the Rubik. They're all going to be putting out a whole lot of damage, and only the hook shot goes through that. So I completely agree.
I mean, BKB, and if you want a damage item, Desolator for pushing towers, like that would surely be preferable. I don't know. Grave Chill going down in Relic, but he's going to be just fine with that zip. Meanwhile, Cyan trolling around middle, looking for this Invoker perhaps, but isn't going to be able to find him. Fortress Spirits will push him back. And really, I think a bit too passive from the Radiant here. Meanwhile, the Spectre just getting a chance to farm that he really shouldn't have. At least the Windrunner is kind of pushing.
The Windrunner's putting a little bit of pressure on, but there's no way the Windrunner's going to break high ground on her own.
Oh no,
you need to get some aggressive wards up in their jungle and really take control of the map. You're ahead right now. You won't be if you let this go 15 minutes without any major engagements.
Yeah. Spectre already has up almost another 1,000 gold, and I would be looking towards a heart. I think.
Yeah, I think heart is viable, and especially with no pressure being put on. If you can farm a heart without anyone damaging you,
there's a smoke
what's
at
the downside?
Fun and Relic heading up.
Visage could be in trouble.
Yeah.
So could Invoker.
I think they know Visage is there. Oh, yeah. Going on Invoker, and he is taken out.
They do spot the Visage, trying to run away, not being chased down.
Arrow comes in.
Looks like Mirana chucks down the
anything. But he will be taken out regardless, it looks like. Soul Assumption going down. Rubik will be able to escape.
Still Starstorm, which is not nearly as good as Arrow. Hitting a random arrow, I mean, when you steal hook or arrow stuff people aren't expecting, they're not looking for in a game,
yeah,
it can be really dangerous.
I love Arrow on Rubik, it's the best.
Oh, it's great. Mirana does have about 500 gold to go before a full
Crystal Maiden may get caught out by Omega Puna, who lands the hook shot and comes in. She's completely isolated, and this should be the end of her. Moonlight Shadow, not going to be enough. He has dust. Arrow just missing.
Lovely.
But a really good shackle.
Strike not going to do enough damage.
Yeah. The zip in, Crab's frozen as well, and they will both go down. The Moonlight Shadow in the end, keeping who was that in there?
Crystal Maiden.
Crystal Maiden, yeah, keeping the Crystal Maiden alive just long enough for the entire rest of the team, who were all the way back in mid lane, giving them time to come across and get 2 really important kills. And now they have the potential to push this tier 2 at least.
Yeah, I didn't like the Daedalus choice, but if Asha's going to be able to get this and they're going to be able to get these pickoffs and then turn that into push rather than a slow siege against 5, you won't ever really need the BKB. I feel like a much riskier play. I feel like there's a whole lot of potential to backfire, but if you can get away with the greed is good.
Yep, the further they are ahead, the more sense Daedalus makes, so hopefully they can get there. And that fight.
The gold chart.
That fight changes
things. Gold chart is just straight up. It's so so desperate.
And almost exactly the same story with the XP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bounty Hunter has gone 1, 7, and 6, but those 6 assists, each of those is going to equate to about 200 gold for his team. It's a fairly large impact, and Fun does need to be careful. Could be hooked up, might send something. Oh no!
So close. And Fun, not 100% out of danger yet. Rubik coming in, not able to get off that telekinesis. But now, looks like Dire are going for a rather risky Roche, I would have thought. As the Radiant, I would be expecting this, and hopefully Mirana will fire an arrow in there. Yes, does fire an arrow, so they will scout this out.
I know it's there, but Bounty Hunter, Crystal Maiden, Storm, they're all on the other side of the map. It's going slowly, bro.
It is, but I don't think they're going to have time to get there. Fun, going to fire a power shot.
They might want to take a team fight, though. They pop off the Moonlight Shadow, and I think they want to try and take a team fight. Arrow is off cooldown. Could be looking for a shackle. Nice Visage familiar placement. Will tank an arrow if it is thrown out, and looks like it won't be. BKB now being picked up by the Bounty Hunter.
Fun, again, extremely isolated from the team and getting that dagger thrown on her. But it looks like they're going to group up bottom. Don't know if they're trying to be sneaky or what. No, just returning to their individual lanes.
They did do a nice job. They put up some aggressive wards, which they got after that most recent Spectre kill, but they need to keep the pressure on Spectre. Spectre is now looking... I think that might just be a casual vet booster, and he's got zipped in by Relic. Relic hits him with the silence, gonna damage it.
Yeah, that'll be it.
Gonna be enough. And no track thrown out by Bounty Hunter.
Oh, it was an Aegis though.
He's just... Oh... okay.
Fair enough, yeah.
Fair. My apologies.
He had you there.
He had me. Oh.
But there it is, the Aegis being burned. So that's definitely good, and Windrunner and Mirana again pushing bottom. Spectre actually going in, and just escaped.
Unlucky for Invoker. Had used Invoke to try and get off the Wombo combo with Chaos Meteor and Deafening Blast, and didn't have Cold Snap available to get that quick-fire TP cancel that they really needed for that kill.
Yeah, I mean, pretty big given that Frozen used that. Oh no, didn't use the ult in yet, actually TP'd, I guess. Yeah.
So casual bit booster into Yasha for Spectre. Is this good? Do you like this? How do you feel about casual bit?
I would have finished off the heart, like, why? I mean, a casual Casual Vitality Booster, it's not the worst, but like, why not continue with Heart there? I don't know.
Yeah, I think
maybe after getting the Rosh, it felt a bit more confident in going for a damage, or, well, partly damage, partly move speed item. But yeah.
Yeah.
I still feel like the Heart would be most useful, but a 5-man smoke.
Instantly pinged out. They did it under an observer
They
board.
certainly did.
They could have done that in base. They could have done it next to a sentry where they knew there would be no issue, and Chim needs to be desperately careful.
Oh, he does know, so he has no excuse.
To TP away. But there really is no excuse. I know you want to be a hard carry Crystal Maiden, put out the split push with your Midas 4-star, but it's not going to work.
Not much reason. I mean,
Spectre's going to reveal the smoke, and it would be crazy for any of Love individually to go off and take this.
Yeah.
They might want to all do it together, but
I would just push bottom or something. Push something.
You do have to be careful. I mean, they smoked up in mid, and after that they have no vision. So I think Windrunner playing it correctly, standing in the bushes and hiding. But now a couple more being revealed. They see the Rubik, and they probably figure that Crystal Maiden was the target. And I think Windrunner is going to figure it out and split push a little bit down bottom, give them complete liberty to when they have a 5-man smoke being used for North.
Yep. Storm Spirit's got up his BKB. He is going to be really strong in team fights. Able to completely shut down one hero, although the Radiance on Frozen will of course continue to do some damage. And Crystal Maiden now finding a rather risky Observer Ward, but able to get out of there.
Yeah, it's big problems. QQ look to make something happen, they haven't been able to. I feel like they need to spot out this Windrunner bottom and just take a team fight right now, but they've got Mega Puna picked off really badly, trapped up, Storm Spirit engaging, Soulburn won't be quite enough damage, Mech saving his life, and now Invoker in deep trouble, gonna fall. Frozen decides not to pop up the old Omega Puna, has to retreat, whatever, getting out of dodge as well.
Meanwhile at bottom,
that's a really cool storm.
Fun, extremely deep. They're not able to take advantage of this, however, and she'll be out. No, won't be out, he's still in.
A little bit kind of Meseract.
Yeah, just standing still, shooting that tower.
That's how Windrunner do. Windrunner
still in there. Really wants the tower, and really asks for that. Asks for it, but the mech is going to save life. And Omega Puna now in danger. Relic popping off that BKB, pulling him in, getting out as the TP response occurs. And
what a bait.
Well, there it is. Invoker. Just about to respawn.
What a beautiful bait. I think that's what happened. I'm going to claim that's what happened.
Yeah, something like that. And I guess damage did get done to the tower on half health now, that tier 3. Oh, the Invoker Sunstrike, gonna miss.
Oh, right. Nope. That was the TP fading, not the Sunstrike. So instead of being right on top of her as a TP animation would, it was quite a lot.
Oh, really? That wasn't a Sunstrike? Well, Gabe...
Oh, there was a Sunstrike, but it hit the medium count just next to the Alpha Wolves,
Cool. And Winner looks like she's going for the Hex Stick, so that will be of great utility against the Spectre or the Invoker. Stop him spamming out his Wombo combo in the fights. Meanwhile, Crystal Maiden hoarding up 1900 gold.
What do you reckon, second Midas?
Oh, it wouldn't be any other way.
If some is good, more is better. Come on.
Moonlight Shadow being popped off, and it looks like they'll go into the jungle, but there's a sentry ward here. They will have vision from that remnant.
Fun. Might be visible. 4-star in from Chim. They want to take out a Mega Puna, who immediately tries to TP away from a Crystal Maiden who hadn't used Frostbite. Latch gonna find the mark on a Mega Puna, but Cogs surely not gonna save you now.
Surely not.
How about that?
Yeah.
And that was just a panic mash everybody.
Yeah, it certainly was. He was lucky to escape even the arrow, but still gets taken out.
My pet thanks you.
And that's smoke.
And now an instant smoke. Those wards don't give any vision anymore, so I don't think they will have spotted that. And with Spectre not next to his team, any one of these pickoffs could mean high ground for Love.
Yep, Phantom Stone leading the charge, but it doesn't look like they will be able to find anyone. They may just decide to push mid. And the Dire being very defensive. They suspect that something like this is up, and yeah, well played by them. Spectre has completed his Yasha and has gone into the Manta style recipe. That's fine once you've got your Yasha, that sounds like a good buy. It is interesting that he decided to pick up that casual vitality booster though.
Yeah, now Butterfly being picked up onto being picked up by Mirana. You will have seen that coming. She's had the Eagle Horn for a little while now. You need to think about that. Think, I need a heart pretty soon, and I need an MKB really soon.
Yeah.
So is Manta style really the item choice?
Yeah.
I tend to think not. I think a BKB, or a heart, or perhaps an MKB if you're feeling super greedy. But I don't really like Manta style at all. You've already got a million Spectral Illusions dealing out the Radiance damage, but
fair point.
Is Manta going to provide that much?
Manta does provide some survivability, but yeah.
It'll get you out of the Orchid from Storm Spirit, but that's minimal. That's not enough. I don't think. And there are so many spells you'd like to Manta out of, and you're just not going to be able to. I think if it removes track and Frostbite, if I'm not mistaken, but I might be mistaken.
Yeah, I'm also unsure. Daedalus on Mirana and Butterfly, so and Manta Style as well. So certainly some farm on Ush.
Yeah, crushing the net worth chart. A couple more Forge Spirits being fed away. Invoker now walking towards the Sheepstick, but you have no Aghanim. You have no BKB. How are you going to get off all the damage you need to?
Yeah.
I'm really questioning the item choices from QQ.
That ward going down, and it looks like once again they're going to pull out before trying to push high ground. Frozen getting quite deep bottom, trying to get what farm it can, but really struggling essentially to find any sort of map control.
I suppose Hex Sticks might be when Love decides that the time is right. We see that Storm Spirit has his available to him whenever he wants. Mirana has got Boots of Travel, so that's another important item for them. Windrunner pretty close, needs another 2,000 gold or so to get their Sheepstick. And
yeah.
I feel like with that many Sheepsticks, the Orchid, Crystal Maiden.
What do you think this Ring of Health on Crystal Maiden is?
Yeah, I really want to figure it out before I looked it up.
I'm like, Pipe, Lincolns? I don't know.
I think Pipe is really solid. I mean, why not?
Yeah, Pipe would be decent.
But... yeah, you're against Spectre, there's going to be magical damage being done to all of you. It's going to be used to full effect, and some pings running out. I think these teams know where each other are, but they're letting Frozen get a bit big. I don't think they need to be this defensive. They should.
Yeah, they have been very cautious with avoiding pushing high ground at all, except for that Windrunner just standing there and firing in some arrows at one stage. But yeah, I think they could afford to be a little more aggressive, although I have liked their caution overall, maybe just taking it a little too far.
Yeah, I mean, Hexstick, Orchid, Storm Spirit, you're able to solo kill anyone on your own. You've got a BKB, so even if you make a mistake, you can get out of there pretty safely. I don't feel like there's much reason for Storm Spirit to be scared. If you see someone, go for it. And taking out the familiar is not exactly what I had in mind, but I suppose it's still decent.
It's something. It's going to be extremely difficult for them to take Roche though, with the Clockwork Invoker and Spectre all able to get in there really quickly.
Oh, look at that attack speed from Mirana.
Doing work.
Jeez.
And yep, that Creep Wave is going to dissolve.
They've got all the lanes pushed up, and yeah, it is Rosh O'Clock. The Zard Familiar does spot it out quickly. I wouldn't mind seeing Storm Spirit zip into that previous location and see if they can't find it. And now they're pinging away.
Scouted out immediately by that Rocket player and familiar. And, well, the cookshot going in on Crystal Maiden. I think it might have hit Fan Soyeon actually. And Omega Puna going to get absolutely destroyed. Double BKB being popped. Dust going down, but Chim getting focused and, well, immediately gone. Really unstoppable there. And Soul Assumption, it is a pipe already on the Radiant team.
7 in a row.
Soul Assumption on Fun. And the Meteor as well. Rush just going to escape.
Yeah, I think Invoker brought back the bat. I'll just check. Oh, Sunstrike. Going to miss. That would have killed the Mirana, I believe. But, I mean, yeah, it was just a buyback from the Invoker. That's a 4-for-1 trade. You only lost your Paper Maiden.
Trouble brewing at
You can take Rosh, you can take High Ground. I think that was essentially the last hurrah for QQ. I don't see any way out of them at this point.
Yeah, it's going to be extremely difficult. The Spectre just hasn't got quite the farm that it needs to compete with this Mirana, who has been doing exceptionally well, as you can see from that net worth chart. Well,
Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now.
Well, significantly more. Almost half as much again. Not quite that much, but, you know, significantly more farm on the Mirana, and, yeah, Spectre just unable to make that big impact.
Yeah, take a look at the gold chart. It is troublesome. And the experience chart, not much better. In fact, quite a lot worse. It's just so difficult. I don't know what love we're waiting for. I feel like the longer the game goes, Spectre can have one incredible fight, hit a BKB, hit everyone with Pawn, massive wombo combo from Invoker, and 80 seconds or more respawns on everyone could be a problem. So I feel like you just want to push the game's pace a little bit more, but this is such a colossal lead. I don't think I've ever seen a comeback from this sort of lead in any sort of serious game, or perhaps any game, period.
Yeah.
Mirana's about to get Satanic. It's just so bad if you're a fan of QQ. So bad.
Yeah, and we've been saying that same thing for about 20 minutes, but Radiant has the potential to push and be aggressive at this point in the game. And it really still is the mid-game as far as Spectre's concerned. Really not reaching those late-game items just yet. However, this will be Roche. And maybe this is the time to push. Maybe this will give them the security that they feel that they need.
I really hope so.
I do.
A little bit brutal.
Yeah. It's 98% over at this point. They just have to finish off by taking this high ground, which they've been extremely reluctant to try.
Yeah, I am nervous. Ush is about 1500 off Satanic. Oh, less. Much less, because the Helm of Iron Will is coming on the Courier.
Yeah.
And Windrunner 500 away from the Sheep Stick. I think they're going to wait just a little bit.
I think that they are. And the pipe indeed being finished up on the Crystal Maiden, which it was in the last fight. Finished that very quickly, actually. Just pushing up all the lanes here. Looks like they're preparing for this attack, but yeah, as you say, just waiting for those couple of big items.
They're giving Fun the solo farm. Hopefully going to expedite this process. Ah, Jesus. It's 50 gold, please. Get this creep. Yes, go to shop. Get it done.
Do it now.
Bounty Hunter. No. Hey, you have a sheep stick as well. Good for you. You don't have to farm anymore. I looked at the ultimate orb. I thought he'd be way off, but he has plenty of cash.
Yep.
Get in there and do it. Get it done.
Loads of money. They continue to push up all the lanes.
How many sheep sticks is this now? Is this 3 sheep sticks?
Yep, 3. Once the bounty finishes it. So yeah, Invoker and Spectre are going to be permanent pigs. Same with the Clockwork.
Satanic Recipe and Courier. They're not going to go until the Satanic Recipe comes in.
No.
Buy a second Courier.
5 of Courier.
5 Courier. The gold chart, the experience chart. You're going to win. I'm sorry, QQ.
Rubik's got the arrow, and it lands.
The arrow, yes! Oh, a glimmer of action. Tiny glimpse.
The slightest hint of something happening. The familiar is low, surviving on 8 health. What an escape. Shackle shot goes down. Hooking up Frozen, but familiar don't care. Arrow going in, landing on Frozen as well. He's just permanently stunned. And this could be it. Storm Spirit hooking in the Frozen. Lands, pops off his BKB, and Frozen is down already. Meanwhile, Clockwork still got some survivability, but Visage is a pig. They probably still have Hex Sticks ready. They do back out for the moment. And now straight back in, Rubik getting extremely low and taken out by the Mirana there. And Visage, Soul Assumption lands, surprisingly tanky even at this point in the game. And well, they'll back out.
Yay! They'll back out.
Do force the buyback on the Mirana, on the Spectre, sorry. So, well, they've done some economic damage, but really, at this point where you're already over 20,000 gold ahead, over 30,000, over 35,000, almost 40,000 gold ahead, who cares? So
it's like the World Trade Organization against the local lemonade stand. The economic difference is too much. Just finish the game, please.
Yeah.
Once again, my apologies to QQ fans. It's totally still available. You guys have got it in the bag.
Well, the heart being finished off on Spectre. Oh no, not actually. I changed my mind. He's got the recipe, but not the Reaper. So, no, not quite.
Mirana, you're legit 6 slotted. Please, no more.
Please do it. Please go do what the farming has all been for. Harvest the rice.
You farmed it.
It is time to reap the reward.
Oh, they want a slow siege with Mirana illusions. If they can't kill your illusions, it's
Fun's
time to
going
push.
in. No, Fun isn't going in. Maybe. The BKB being popped off. Double BKB being popped off. Frozen again being pulled in by Relic and targeted down, but he's going to... No, he's not going to escape. Is targeted down. Mocha, the mech doing work, but all of the die seem very low. Fan of Soyan just going... No, in fact going to be taken out, but so is the Invoker's going to escape. Ush not able to have as much impact there as she would have hoped. A number of die heroes escaping on extremely low health, but the big one, Spectre, is targeted down, and this will be Rax. You would hope.
Good for the Dyer's mid-Rax.
Oh, please let it be Rax. The Aegis
let it be more than Rax. Yeah, Aegis wasn't even burned. I think the Nash could have been a bit more aggressive in that fight, but it's certainly being aggressive now. Invoker's taken out, and Visage also down.
Seriously.
Well, that'll be all of them. This will be a team wipe. And, well, Amiga Puna standing way back.
Just to the left of the H key, just to the right of the F key. Please! I'm sorry, QQ.
Nothing left of Dyer's.
Very, I've never seen a 40,000 experience difference. I didn't know the 5 level 25 heroes got 40,000 experience. It's over. It's very over.
Oh, it's over, alright. Says I'm not
Tier 4s!
You. I am, I tell you.
The Dyer best do something about that bottom tower. Dyer's bottom tower.
Crystal Maiden wants even more boots, travels and tranks.
One for each foot.
I'll return the favor.
Dyer's bottom right.
Mega Creep.
Got a case
No
Got
more
the Mega Creep.
no
They've
more
achieved everything they possibly can in this game. Fliz Kalanchen. Fan of Soyan getting right in there. Rubik's gonna foil his best laid plans and escape with that zip, and Fan of Soyan is so unamused. A small victory, but a great one for Rubik there.
Dyer's mid tower.
Was that a fake out GG? Did they GG and then cancel the game ending and they picked up a couple kills?
Did that happen?
I think that's what happened. I think they typed GG, then hit the cancel button on the concede game, and then got a couple kills before GGing out again.
Clockwork slowly drifting down into the volcano, and finally it is over. I don't think they could have dragged that out any longer if they tried. But there it is. Another
Peter Jackson edit.
yeah. Practically as long as the third movie. And,
oh my.
well, the Radiant there really wanting to make sure of it by taking 0 risks in that second half of the game.
I don't I don't know why it took so long, but congratulations to Log.
Yup.
It's a good performance. They won it about 20 minutes in. They shut down the Spectre nicely. They stopped him from getting the Radiance. You know, in between Relic and Radiance, I think the Spectre died 2 or 3 times at least. Invoker shut down from the start.
Yeah,
Crystal Maiden and Windrunner doing a nice job roaming around, and legit 6 slotted on Mirana. Was going for just one more Butterfly and had that in stash if they wanted it.
Yeah, I think you summed it up well. I really liked the roaming around from the Crystal Maiden and Windrunner, and yeah, well, that's that. Good game. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, Albie.
Thank you, Thanatos.